Hello? Who is this? Why are you helping me?
What's going on here?
It wasn't me.
Welcome back to the PPG. Today we're going to be talking about what if Barriss was caught while Ahsoka was imprisoned. This is a new theory I came up with. I have the Clone Wars on a lot while I'm doing my homework or working on music or whatnot. Whatever it is I'm working on. I usually have like Star Wars on the background, and I had the 5th season on, and I was like, oh, what if this happened? So I thought it'd be interesting to figure out what would happen. So I got a nice theory here, but it actually segues off into 2 different scenarios, one positive and one negative. So if you want to see the positive one or the negative one after this video, let me know down below. I'm going to do one of them. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. So after the video, if you want to see the other version of it, the inverse version, I will do that at some point. Just let me know down below. Anyways, starting off, during the 5th season of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka is arrested for allegedly being behind the bombing on the Jedi Temple. While imprisoned, Barris Offee leaves Ahsoka a means for escape to further Ahsoka's look of guilt. So let's get straight into it. As Barriss is knocking out clones in the entrance corridor, Commander Fox spots Barriss and sounds an alarm. Barriss realizes she's trapped and chooses to fight her way out. She cuts down clones, and nearby, Anakin, who is just in the corridor to try and visit his Padawan, hears alarms being sounded. Anakin rushes back, because at this point he would assume it'd be Ahsoka that had escaped. Anakin rushes back to find Barriss cutting down clones, getting into duels with Magna Guard clones, and Anakin is enraged. So he picks her up with the Force and throws her into the wall. A couple clones come up behind him and stun her. Ahsoka is still in her cell. She remains. She was facing the wall when she heard the alarms go off and decided to not leave because why risk it? There's no point in trying to leave if there are alarms going on. Obviously the building is on high alert, so she wouldn't need to be out and about, risking her chance for being caught again or tried for escaping a Republic prison. Barriss is arrested and tried. Tarkin is the one that delivers the message to Ahsoka about Barriss. Ahsoka is shocked, to say the least. She's also heartbroken. She's disappointed. That was her friend. They barely survived on Geonosis with each other, and they've been friends ever since. After Barriss is accused and sent to prison for the bombing of the Jedi Temple and the killing of Jedi and Republic troops, the Council holds a meeting with Ahsoka. They hadn't barred her yet. Ahsoka is still part of the Jedi Order. She hasn't been tried by them. She hasn't been tried by anybody. So they tell Ahsoka that this was actually her greatest trial, and that the Force works in mysterious ways. They say they would like to knight her. Ahsoka becomes the Jedi Knight. She now serves on her own missions, and now also is given her own division. Anakin, I'm going to say, splits off his division and gives him part of his division, because they're already so close, so he does that. Rex stays with Anakin, though, and the biggest change in this scenario doesn't really happen until Revenge of the Sith. And this is also where the split happens, the split from a light side ending and a dark side ending, and I'm sure you could figure out what point that will happen at, but Ahsoka is now in the temple. There's no invasion of Mandalore, and Bo-Katan never comes to Ahsoka for help. She stays in the Jedi Temple. She is on Coruscant. I would even go as far to say that she even helps Anakin and Obi-Wan rescue the Chancellor, but I'm not going to say that because Obi-Wan and Anakin always are doing the missions, and that's that. So we're going to go straight to when Anakin is tasked by the Jedi Council to spy on his best friend, Chancellor Palpatine. Ahsoka finds out about what the Council asked of Anakin and approaches him. Anakin is furious. He's blown away. He doesn't understand. He's upset. And even more so, he's been having nightmares, visions of his wife dying. And he doesn't know how to communicate it. So he tells Ahsoka that he doesn't understand why the Council wants him to spy on the Chancellor. In the Clone Wars, it had been seen that he still stood with the Chancellor no matter what. That happened, I think, in Season 4 or Season 3. I can't remember. Anakin's upset. He's disturbed, and he doesn't understand why all this is happening at once, and he's really starting to question the Council. And he tells Ahsoka that he doesn't know how to feel anymore. He doesn't know how to feel about the Jedi Council or the Jedi Order. And Ahsoka comforts him. She says, Master, remember my trial. Remember what the Council said to me. The Force works in mysterious ways. No matter how it goes, in the end, you must stay on the right path. And Anakin calms down a bit. This is relaxing to him. I mean, how could it not be? He's got a friend in Ahsoka. Ahsoka is his Padawan. And Ahsoka gives a very reasonable argument for calming down, for relaxing. Anakin asks Ahsoka if she can keep a close eye on Padme. If she could stay with Padme as a Jedi protectorate. As someone that would protect Padme in case anyone were to try and harm her. And Ahsoka obliges, because she's not on any missions, and as a knight, she can do that. I believe that Ahsoka would be perfectly content with protecting Padme and staying even in her house with her, just to make sure that nothing happened to her. As Obi-Wan is off to Utapau, Anakin and Ahsoka together see him off, as he prepares to fight General Grievous. Ahsoka spends the night in a room near Padme's, completely secret from the Council. As happens in canon, Obi-Wan Kenobi beats General Grievous in combat on Utapau, and Anakin is told to relay the information to Palpatine. In this scenario, again, Palpatine reveals a secret that he is a Sith Lord the Jedi have been looking for all this time. Anakin is conflicted. He's pissed. He wanted to strike him down. He wanted to use that powerful rage of his. Anakin leaves. He contacts Ahsoka, and Ahsoka says, tell Master Windu and contact Master Yoda. And Anakin is told to wait in the council chambers. Anakin's very troubled. He sits there silently, even crying a little bit. He's conflicted. He doesn't know what to do. Anakin feels lost. But here, Ahsoka is with Padme. And if you remember in Revenge of the Sith, there's a moment where Anakin and Padme are being shown side by side, one in the council and one in Padme's quarters. So, in this scenario, we're going to say that that's Ahsoka. Ahsoka feels Anakin's troubles. Ahsoka's close enough to contact him, so she does. She contacts Anakin, sensing his pain. Anakin looks awful over the hologram. He looks distraught. Ahsoka fetches Padme and lets the two talk. Why would she do this? Well, it would calm Anakin down. It would make Anakin feel better. In Revenge of the Sith, he didn't talk to Padme before he went out. He was lost. He wanted to go and do something. But Padme would help him calm down. Ahsoka's in the background, and she comes back to hear the tail end of Padme and Anakin's conversation, which happens to involve that Padme is saying that I will not die in pregnancy, which shocks Ahsoka nonetheless. But from across the Force, a scream is heard. Palpatine is killed, slain by Windu. Anakin feels it. Ahsoka feels it. A huge weight on the galaxy has been taken off. Both Ahsoka and Anakin knows what happened. Now, Anakin never contacted Master Yoda, but Master Yoda feels it. Master Yoda feels the great disturbance in the Force. Anakin's pissed off. He's ready to kill. And screams, I needed him. Padme responds, needed who? Anakin explains himself in more detail. Ahsoka hears. Anakin stands up from the chair with his hand hovering over his lightsaber, waiting for Windu to return. Anakin wants to strike him down, assert his revenge. Ahsoka and Padme try to calm him down from his blind rage, but Anakin ends the hologram call. The two of them decide that it's time to make their way to the Jedi Temple. Windu arrives to the temple. He has won, but he's tired. And he enters the Jedi Temple chambers where Anakin is waiting. And he finds a furious Anakin. Putting it off, Windu tells Anakin that he regained his trust, that he was right, and that he believes that the rank of Master was within his grasp. Anakin was still beyond pissed. He was in his blind rage. His hand was still hovering over his lightsaber. And he asks, "And the Chancellor? He killed the other masters that came with me, but I defeated him in duel." Anakin is steady and quiet. He doesn't move a muscle. Windu comes up to Anakin and places his hand on his shoulder. "You did well, Anakin. The war will come to an end, and you have brought balance to the Force." Anakin looks at Windu. "You said the rank of master? Is it coming to me? Will I become a master?" Windu, for the first time ever, is appreciative of Anakin. "Yes. And I'll personally vouch for you. I'm proud of you, Skywalker." Anakin falls to the floor. His rage dissipates, and a sense of relief flows over him. "Thank you, Master." Windu says, "As the Council reconvenes, we'll have an official ceremony for you." As the years pass, Master Skywalker, leading member in the Jedi Council, keeps his life secret on Naboo. The Clone Wars have ended. The Republic is victorious. Padme resigns from being a senator for a little bit so she can raise their kids on Naboo. Luke and Leia are more powerful than even their father. They've got that strong Skywalker blood in them. But they don't get taken to the Jedi. They rather kept a secret. Anakin, from his studies, finds out how to conceal Force from the Jedi, and he conceals their Force essence. Anakin takes trips whenever he needs to, or whenever he can, to visit them on Naboo, and he trains them to use the Force like their father, to use the Force with both good and bad, but not going to the bad. To use it like Luke did in Return of the Jedi, to use it without hate, to use it with balance, to be a true Jedi. The galaxy would live happily ever after, until Barris Offee's return. I'm just kidding. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoy this. This was a lot of fun making this theory. Believe it or not, I made this entire theory. I wrote like 95% of it when I had no hours of sleep. So, it might sound a little far-fetched, but I think Ahsoka had a large part to play in Anakin's downfall. Because not only did he feel like he failed Ahsoka, but he didn't have her in Revenge of the Sith. And this is even more so highlighted by Clone Wars Season 7. Anakin has all these opportunities to be saved by Ahsoka, and Ahsoka doesn't reach out to him. She just says, "I'll tell him when I get back." If she had sent out a message, maybe Anakin's fate would have been different. So that's where the basis of this theory comes from. Is that Ahsoka had an influential effect on Anakin. Anakin had a very tight bond with her, and having somebody that he trusted being able to be so close to Padme would have relaxed him. I think Ahsoka would have obliged to do it too. I think that Ahsoka was kind of aware, and much like Obi-Wan, she was aware to the extent that she kind of knew what was going on, but let it happen, you know what I mean? And I think this scenario is honestly a very happy one. As you can tell, the other one would have been much darker, and I'm still trying to figure out how I would do the dark one. But if you want to see the darker one, let me know down below. But yeah, this theory is a lot of fun. I think the whole basis of Barriss being caught in the barracks would have just made more sense, honestly. I mean, Commander Fox is kind of supposed to be in that room and, you know, making sure that no one's knocking out clones and leaving a trail for Ahsoka to follow. So I always found that kind of ridiculous in a way, but I feel like this kind of seals out that little loophole and says, oh, what if she was just caught? Because Commander Fox just happens to walk in at the right time when Ahsoka's there, so what if he walked in at the right time while Barriss was there? And I think the effects of the galaxy would have been much different. I really do. I don't think Ahsoka would have left the temple. She had her problems with the Jedi, but she wasn't given a reason not to come back. The Jedi hadn't shown that they had lost their trust in her, so she therefore wouldn't have lost her trust in them. Regardless though, I hope you guys enjoyed this theory. I got a lot more fun theories coming up soon. I'm going to start doing 2 theories a week, so I hope you guys subscribe for more. Patreon links down below if you want to support any of my 3 channels. I got 3 channels. This, The Anthony Penty Show, and Anthony Music Production. Hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all. Spread the love. And always, may the Force be with you.